Think about pests for a moment. What comes to mind? Maybe a fly buzzing around your kitchen, or perhaps a mouse scurrying in the walls. But there's another pest, a much older one. We are talking about bedbugs. These tiny insects are not just a modern problem, they are ancient. They have been our unwelcome roommates for tens of thousands of years. You might have heard stories about bedbugs. Maybe you have even experienced them. They are small, flat, and reddish-brown. They hide in tiny cracks and crevices and come out at night. What do they want? They want our blood. It sounds like something from a horror movie, but it's very real. Bedbugs have evolved to be experts at this. They are patient. They can wait for their next meal. How do we know bedbugs are so ancient? How can we say they have been biting us for 60,000 years? The answer lies in science. In genetics, to be precise, scientists are like detectives of the natural world. They look for clues and piece together stories from the distant past. Recently, a groundbreaking study shed new light on these tiny bloodsuckers. Researchers delved into the DNA of bedbugs. They compared different species of bedbugs from around the world. What they found was astonishing. It was a genetic echo from deep time. This genetic study was like a time machine. It allowed scientists to look back, far back. They analyzed the genetic differences between various bedbug populations and compared them to the genetics of their hosts, including humans and bats. The data pointed to a very old relationship. The common bedbug, the one that prefers human blood, diverged from its bat-feeding relatives. This split happened a very long time ago. So, if bedbugs have been with us for 60,000 years, where did they come from originally? The story gets even more interesting. Before they developed a taste for human blood, bedbugs had other hosts. Their ancestors were specialists. They fed primarily on bats. Think about it, bats live in caves. Early humans also sought shelter in caves. This proximity was crucial. It was the perfect setup for a host switch, a change in diet, a new opportunity for the evolving bedbugs. It was a pivotal moment in their history. Imagine a cave, dark and sheltered, bats roosting overhead, humans sleeping below. Some adventurous bedbugs, perhaps those whose bat hosts had flown off or perished, might have found themselves hungry. They might have dropped from the ceiling or crawled down the walls, and they found a new warm-blooded mammal. Us, humans, our ancestors. It was a risky move for the bedbugs, but it paid off. Human blood, it turned out, was just as nutritious. Section 4. Cities rise, bedbugs thrive, our first urban companions. As humans moved out of caves, they started to build settlements, first small villages, then larger towns, and eventually great cities. This was a huge change for humanity. It was also a huge opportunity for bedbugs. Our new way of living suited them perfectly. We started living in closer quarters, in more permanent structures. We created ideal hiding spots for them, in the thatch of roofs, in the cracks of wooden walls, in the folds of our bedding. Our homes became their homes. The rise of agriculture meant people stayed in one place. This was great for bedbugs. They no longer had to worry about their hosts moving on frequently. They had a stable food supply. And as human populations grew, so did bedbug populations. More people meant more blood, more homes meant more hiding places. Cities with their dense populations became bedbug hotspots. They were, in a very real sense, our first urban pests. They thrived in the very environments we created for ourselves, a shadow civilization growing alongside our own. Think about ancient cities, Rome, Egypt, Mesopotamia. Historical records and archaeological evidence suggest bedbugs were present in these places. They were a common problem. People wrote about them. Section 5. The indestructible itch. Why bedbugs are so hard to beat. Why are bedbugs so incredibly difficult to eliminate? It is a question many frustrated people have asked. There are several reasons. First, their biology. Bedbugs are tough. They can survive for months without a blood meal. Imagine that. An insect that can just wait, patiently, for you to return from vacation, or for a new tenant to move in. This incredible resilience makes them hard to starve out. They simply outweigh many of our efforts, biding their time until conditions are favorable again. Then there is their hiding behavior. Bedbugs are masters of concealment. They are small and flat. They can squeeze into the tiniest cracks and crevices, mattress seams, bed frames, behind wallpaper, inside electrical outlets, underneath carpets. They are experts at staying out of sight during the day. This makes them very hard to find, and if you cannot find them all, you cannot eliminate them all. Even a few survivors can restart an infestation. Their stealth is a key survival strategy, honed over eons of cohabitation. Section 6, the modern invasion, global travel, and the bedbug comeback. For a period in the mid-20th century, it seemed like bedbugs were becoming a thing of the past, especially in developed countries. Powerful pesticides like DDT had drastically reduced their numbers. People breathed a sigh of relief. But it was a temporary reprieve. In recent decades, bedbugs have made a dramatic comeback. They are now a global problem once again, affecting homes, hotels, hospitals, and even public transport. So what happened? Why this resurgence? One word: travel. We live in a highly connected world. People travel more than ever before, for business, for pleasure, across countries, across continents, and bedbugs are excellent hitchhikers. They can easily crawl into luggage, into clothing, into backpacks. An unsuspecting traveler can pick them up in one city, and then transport them to another city, or even another country, without even knowing it. This global movement of people has become a global highway for bedbugs, facilitating their spread far and wide. The decline in the use of certain persistent pesticides also played a role. Section 7. Sharing our world living alongside these ancient pests. So what can we do? How do we deal with these ancient persistent pests? The first step is awareness. Knowing how to check for bedbugs is crucial, especially when traveling, or when bringing secondhand furniture into your home. Look for the signs: tiny dark spots, their droppings, shed skins, and of course the bugs themselves. Check mattress seams, bed frames, headboards, and other furniture. Early detection is key to preventing a small problem from becoming a big one. Vigilance is your first line of defense. If you do find bedbugs, do not panic, and do not try to solve it with a can of bug spray from the supermarket. Modern bedbugs are often resistant to those. Professional help is usually needed. Pest control experts have access to more effective treatments. These can include heat treatments, steam, or carefully applied insecticides. It often takes multiple treatments, and a lot of thoroughness. Washing and drying bedding and clothing on high heat can also help kill bedbugs and their eggs. It is a battle that requires patience and persistence. Preventative measures are also important. Use mattress encasements. These special covers trap bedbugs and prevent them from infesting your mattress.